Hi! These are 27 more facts that will truly blow your mind and make you think. So let's just get going. Jack Nicholson's life had a shocking twist. He grew up believing his mother was actually his older sister, and his grandparents were his parents. This family secret was kept from him for nearly 4 decades, until he learned the truth, after both his mother and grandmother had already passed away.
Here's Johnny!
Soccer teams wearing red kits play better. This is thought to be because the color of your clothes can affect how you're perceived by others and change how you feel. A review of football matches in the last 55 years found that teams wearing a red kit consistently played better in home matches than teams in any other color. 8-year-old Binti Jua, a western lowland gorilla at the Brookfield Zoo, Chicago, became an unexpected hero on August 16, 1996. When a 3-year-old boy fell into her enclosure, Binti Jua displayed remarkable compassion. She cradled the unconscious child, guarded him from other gorillas, and even carried him to a zoo entrance, ensuring his safe rescue. The Amazon 2 pizza rule states that it should be possible to feed any team with 2 pizzas. This means teams are small and flexible, resulting in less wasted time with meetings and bureaucracy, allowing them to focus on getting things done. Also, many small teams can work together on big projects, working like a machine that builds other machines. In 75 BCE, Julius Caesar was kidnapped by Cilician pirates while sailing the Aegean Sea. They demanded a ransom of 20 talents, about 620 kilograms, of silver. Caesar felt undervalued and boldly proposed 50 talents as a more fitting amount. After 38 days, the ransom was paid, and he was released. On his return, Caesar raised a naval force, captured the pirates, and had them all crucified. Young Brad Pitt was a crazy chicken when he donned a suit as the mascot for El Pollo Loco. He has said he waved banners and attracted customers during the grand opening of their new restaurant on Sunset and La Brea in Los Angeles. He later acknowledged that while the pay might have been forgettable, he certainly received plenty of middle finger salutes from passers-by. France holds the distinction of having the most time zones among all countries. When considering its overseas territories, France boasts a total of 12 time zones, and during certain periods of the year, this count reaches 13 when including its claim in Antarctica. During the American Revolution, General George Washington demonstrated an unexpected act of compassion. In the midst of battle, a British general's terrier found itself wandering onto the battlefield. In response, Washington ordered a ceasefire and the little dog was fed and cleaned, and then it was returned to its owner, Sir William Howe, the British general. Box jellyfish are deadlier than great white sharks. Each year, more people die from their stings than shark attacks. By comparison, great whites hunt seals and fish, but rarely attack humans, and usually by mistaken identity. On the other hand, box jellyfish, found in the Indo-Pacific region in northern Australia, are beautiful but deadly, with a sting that causes severe allergic shock which can be fatal. Ice hockey referees once used cowbells. Fans copied them, creating noisy chaos, so cowbells were ditched. So they tried metal whistles, but because of the cold they sometimes stuck to the referee's lips. Finally, plastic whistles were the answer, preventing embarrassing lip adhesion and keeping the game flowing smoothly. The Gruen phenomenon is the disorientation or confusion that shoppers may experience when navigating through shopping malls. They often have an intentionally confusing layout, which aims to keep shoppers inside longer and encourage impulse buying. It often includes winding corridors, strategically placed anchor stores, and limited signage to direct foot traffic. Mall operators see it as a way to increase sales and boost revenue. Catholics traditionally abstain from eating meat on Fridays during Lent, although fish is allowed. However, the Church's idea of meat differs from your typical vegetarians. The Vatican defines most aquatic animals as fish, meaning that beavers, muskrats, and capybaras are acceptable to eat on the Fridays leading up to Easter. Rock, paper, scissors has a surprisingly long history. It was invented in China over 2,000 years ago and used to settle arguments and have fun. Later it traveled to Japan, where it evolved with different hand signs and names. The modern version with rock, paper, and scissors evolved there and spread worldwide by the 20th century. The news magazine Paris Match reported that Vladimir Putin's bodyguards have the task of collecting his excrement while he is abroad, and bringing it back to Russia. Members of the Russian president's Federal Protection Service are responsible for gathering his bodily waste in specialized packets, which are then carefully placed in a dedicated case for the return journey. They allegedly undertake this measure to prevent foreign powers from obtaining information about Putin's health. Queen Victoria, monarch of the British Empire, possessed a rather extraordinary parasol. This seemingly delicate accessory was lined with chain-mail armor, turning it into a bulletproof shield. An assassination attempt was made on her during May 1842, but the bullet missed. After that, She carried the parasol as both a fashion statement and a defense during public appearances. Bananas are the social butterflies of the fruit world. When they ripen, they release a gas that tells nearby fruits, like apples or avocados, to ripen up too, like a fruity party invitation. This gas, called ethylene, acts like a message saying let's get ripe. God first appeared in season 4 of the TV series The Simpsons in the episode Homer the Heretic. In the show, God is always depicted with 5 fingers, unlike other characters who have only 4 fingers on each hand. Jesus has also occasionally appeared with 4 or 5 fingers as well. The male Tungara frog, found in the Central American rainforest, sounds like a phaser blast coming from the trees. These little frogs must be really huge Star Trek fans. Their call is a low-frequency rumble followed by a rapid series of clicks that people say sounds like the sound of a Star Trek phaser weapon. You may have noticed that many restaurant menus today don't have currency signs or trailing zeros. US research found that doing this disassociates the amount from the cost. In other words, 1.5 rather than $1.50 looks like any other number, not money, making diners much more likely to order that item. So, next time you dine out, check menus without currency signs. They're nudging you toward more indulgent delights. When placed under ultraviolet light, scorpions glow a blue-green color owing to certain compounds that are found in their exoskeleton. The reason for this is unclear but is thought to be a defense mechanism, helping them detect and avoid UV light and hide from predators. The Apple name and logo came from the strategic thinking of Steve Jobs. He liked the name Apple for its friendly feel, but mainly he wanted to put them ahead of Atari and other competitors in phone books, which were important back then. The original logo featured Isaac Newton to symbolize inspiration, but was quickly replaced by the simpler, now iconic bitten apple. Adolf Hitler received a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1939. The nomination came from Erik Gottfried Christian Brandt, a member of the Swedish parliament, who wrote to the Norwegian Nobel Committee suggesting that Hitler deserved the prize for his supposed role in saving world peace during the critical time of the Munich Agreement in September 1938. However, Hitler's actions would soon lead to the outbreak of World War II, rendering any such nomination ironic and inconsequential. The paint on the Eiffel Tower in Paris covers 250,000 square meters and weighs 60 tons, which is the same as about 10 elephants. It is repainted completely every 7 years without closing and was originally painted red for its first 2 years, but has been various shades of brown since. High in Russia's Caucasus Mountains lies Savkro, a village where everyone can walk a tightrope. This tradition stretches back over 100 years. While the exact reason is unknown, legend says young men started tightrope walking because they grew tired of trekking for days to court women in a village on a neighboring mountainside, and so came up with a shortcut. The Russian team was 12 days late for the 1908 London Olympics. This was because they had continued to use the Julian calendar, which differed from the Gregorian calendar adopted by most of Europe at the time. It was introduced by Julius Caesar in 45 BCE, and the Gregorian calendar is the current version, which was introduced in 1582 to correct inaccuracies. Dublin Airport holds within its lost property office an unusual artifact, an unclaimed tombstone. The words etched upon it are, "You will always be remembered, never forgotten." Imagine shelves laden with forgotten belongings and a testament to the life of an unknown person. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Please subscribe and click notifications so you are informed when we release a new video.